All right. Hey, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see everybody strolling in. Welcome, you guys. Oh my goodness. It was crazy on The Young and the Restless, I gotta say.
I agree. Thousand
Yes.
percent.
Yes, it was absolutely insane on The Young and the Restless. Oh my goodness. But we'll talk about it. All right, you guys, welcome back to CBS Soap Dish Recap, where it's myself, T, Trish, and Bree, because Keish had a little business thing that she had to take care of this evening, so it's going to be the three of us, where we recap both The Young and the Restless and The Bold and the Beautiful for the week of January 29th. It is February already, guys.
I said that in a chat. I
I,
cannot believe it. This year is zooming by
girl, we
already.
are, yeah, 1 month is already gone.
Y'all, I just remember thinking about Y2K and wondering if all the systems were going to crash.
I know that was 24 years ago.
and anybody who's a lot younger than me listening, understand it goes by like that.
I
So
know.
fast.
Listen, myself and my sister, we were pregnant in 2000, and so we didn't know what to expect. Now our boys are, because my nephew and my son, they'll be 24 this year. So, oh my God, that time just flew by. I remember Y2K2 was like, oh my God, is the lights gonna go out? Everybody was stocking up food and everything. It was crazy.
It was.
All right, so we're going to recap The Young and the Restless for the week of January 29th. We should go there first, and we'll do a little bit of housekeeping in between before we move to The Bold and the Beautiful. And then we got two segments where we flip the script and who's taking several seats this week. And I know I got some seats waiting for some folks. Yes, I do. All right, so it's about 46 of you guys. That Trish, I saw your comments. Lots of seats. It's about almost 50 of you guys in this chat. Make sure you hit that like button so it can trigger the algorithm to recommend the live and, share it on the browse feature page and everything else. Okay, you guys? So hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button as well. Make sure the bell turns black so you'll know you'll get all notifications. Because if you don't hit that notification, you're going to have to go search for it in your subscriptions. So make sure you hit the notification bell so you're notified every time there's a posting. Now, I got a question for you guys, and I'm going to ask you two ladies as well. Did anybody notice something different with the recaps this week?
You've added a lot to your editing. I will say that. A lot of clips. It's been very suspenseful. You played around a lot with it.
Okay. All right. I've been.
Very cool.
Oh, so you checked it out too, Trish?
Very cool. And in fact, I was wondering if maybe you like took a class on your editing skill. Like I didn't know for sure if you had done. I wasn't sure.
Well, actually, because I've been following a lot of other YouTubers for probably the last, 4 or 5 years. And I've been watching how they, put little different things in there and little clips and little sound effects and things like that. And so I follow a lot of the Gen Zers, and they tend to, kind of throw a prelude scene before they go to the intro, and then they had the sound effects. So I said, you know what, I can kind of make the videos a little bit more fun instead of me just giving a recap.
I love that.
I
Yes.
love it too. I need to learn how to do it myself.
Well, I can show you guys. It's not that hard. I don't mind paying it forward. So
I
I
just
appreciate it.
I
so
did, and y'all, would you believe I was a radio TV major in college, and I actually knew how to edit when you actually had to use a razor and cut the tape or cut the film and like tape it back together. But I
mm-hmm.
don't know how to do. I don't know how to do this online.
It's really not as complicated as you think, and I do all my editing through my iPhone.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of editing platforms out there. You have to pay for them, and there's some free ones, but it's just I can edit a video in less than 10 minutes on my iPhone. So,
Nice.
yep.
It is
And then you
nice.
add
It's
the
amazing, y'all. This technology is so mind blowing.
yeah. So I'm
I'm so
glad you
becomes analog.
I'm glad you all noticed it. I put the Harry Met Sally in the in the Bold and the Beautiful one yesterday, and I thought that was funny. And then I had the Benny Hill music and the Young and the Restless today.
All I could think of when that music came on was Benny Hill smacking the little bald guy in the head, running across the screen. I was cracking up.
Yeah, and and usually it just pop in my head and like, oh, I know what I can put in here. I know what I can put in there. But for her, for Audra, and we might as well. We're gonna start in the Young and the Restless anyway. But she was like, "I'm done with you, Tucker. It's over." And then I said, "What?" A few moments later, and then played the Benny Hill music with them in the bed, and I sped up the footage.
Yeah,
It
because
was
they
so
were.
funny. She was, I'm done with you. Okay, I'm down with you.
Oh yeah, it was funny. Go ahead, Bree. What were you gonna say?
They were in slow motion, but I will say Tucker handled his business. But I know we'll get into it, and we'll get into it.
All right. So I just wanted to see if you guys had noticed it, whether or not you like it. I want to keep doing it because there's a lot of other soap channels out there, and everybody have their own creative way of what they do. So of course, I wanted to make sure I had my own creative thing instead of just we just just recap. You know what I'm saying? So all right.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. So we're going to go ahead and do the recap for the Young and the Restless for the week of January 29th through February the 2nd. And let's see, let me get the summary going. All right. So let's see. Okay, so Nikki fires Audra after she rejects her offer to run the London office, and Jack offers Nikki a solution. Jack enables Nikki. Victor learns of a fire at Jordan's prison and keep it a secret, and Audra lies to Tucker. Diane accuses Kyle of being passive aggressive, and Nikki worries that Jordan is coming for her. Ashley is devastated when the waiter confirms Tucker's story. Jack takes a drunken Nikki to AA before Victor catches them together. And then Tucker chooses Audra over Ashley. Adam blames everyone, including himself, for Connor's issues, and Jack lies to Victor. All right, so you know what? Let's go ahead and get Adam and that whole thing out the way because that was the only small piece that they had this week, and I'm mad at the spoilers because the spoilers was saying Sally is was going to surprise him, and so a lot of people was expecting like she was going to do this grand gesture when she was just supportive.
Yeah, that was a wah.
Exactly. So, what did y'all think about the conversation between Chelsea and Billy, and the conversation between Sally and Adam about Connor?
I'll say this. I respect the fact that Sally was actually showing support. She was actually showing interest, showing that she cared about Adam. It was refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you had Billy, which I understand why he has issues with Adam, but I thought that they've kind of not necessarily called a truce, but they were able to kind of coexist to some degree. I don't understand why he feels he needs to continuously put him down as a father. He cannot speak
Exactly.
himself.
Bingo.
Exactly.
And he has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kids that he never talks about.
Right.
So, but
he's a kid. He's still a kid most of the time.
Yes, and it's just really frustrating. I'm like, just support your girlfriend. Just stop putting your biases regarding with Adam, because everyone, yourself included, is at, I want to say at fault, but has faults in their past and
Yep.
working through things. But I don't know.
Yeah, there's nobody on that show that can cast a stone.
Yeah, I mean, Billy, I got to give it to Billy because he told Chelsea, he said, look, maybe I need to step back from this because I'm biased when it comes to Adam. And at least, at least he knows that he wouldn't be objective when it comes to Adam dealing with his kid. And I think it's best if you can't be objective in this situation, and especially you talking about a man and his child, maybe you should take a step back. But Chelsea was like, no, I need you to be there. All that's going to do is cause more problems to me. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it is, I mean, that relationship between those guys it's never going to be good. There's never going to be any kind of mutual anything there. But as Bree said, I also did think that where the kids were concerned, at the very least, they would be civil about Connor, and support, Connor, and put Connor first. And anytime you diss a parent, you're not putting the kid first.
Right.
Even if it's true, you still need to hold your tongue, especially whenever you could look in a mirror and say a lot of the same stuff to yourself.
Ooh, goodness gracious.
Ooh,
and the thing is, they have siblings in common. This show, I would prefer him not having any input at all. I just preferred him, just being the shoulder for her to lean on and just being the ear for her. I feel that I was more happy with Sally because we've been asking for Sally to show some form of acknowledgement towards Adam. And slowly we've been seeing a progression with her. And this is really, like, she's being a supportive girlfriend. I was really happy to see that.
I agree.
So, and we didn't really get a lot, obviously, with the February sweep starting as of yesterday. This is beginning of a new storyline. I thought maybe they was going to move Adam and Sally towards something with their relationship, but it looks like they're introducing this whole thing with bringing Judah Mackey back, which is Connor, which is, so we'll see what direction that's going to go,
Yeah.
Alrighty. I guess you want to hit the situation with Ashley.
Y'all, I'm so unhappy with that whole storyline. First of all, I don't like if it is the gaslighting angle, it's making me very unhappy. And if he is telling the truth, and if the waiter wasn't paid off, I mean, that doesn't make me happy either. That whole situation just, I'm not a fan of that storyline. Where are you going with that? I mean, are we really going to have Ashley lose it? And why?
Right.
Well, why? You know what I'm saying? It's like she was in control of the entire relationship, the saying yes to the marriage, the business, and then she said she didn't want to work there, and then they broke it off. We don't actually still know how they broke it off because they still have the story going on where even after this week, I still don't know if we know the truth.
What do you think, Bree?
To be honest, I'm on Tucker's side. Because he wouldn't have been able to predict it that she was going to actually take a flight to Paris and confirm. He would assume, would hope that she would want to confirm, but he couldn't predict the day, the time she was actually going to be there, and the waiter who was actually going to be there that she was going to speak with. I can't, it's hard for me to believe that. So I'm really hoping I don't really think it's a gaslighting angle, to be honest. I feel something's going on with Ashley because she's also been very erratic as far as her emotions as of late. And plus, she's also if we go back a little bit, she had that back and forth with her brother, the back and forth with her and Diane. She'll forgive one minute, and then she wants to take over the company next minute. She's been kind of off for a little while. So I feel like they've given us a little bit of nuggets
Like
leading up to this.
Yeah.
Let me
And
ask you, didn't she have a storyline before where she had some sort of a mental lapse or something?
yes.
Because she had a women's health care procedure after she got pregnant with Victor's baby. And she chose to handle it. And she broke down crying in the streets, getting rained on and having a nervous breakdown. It was very heartbreaking.
Yeah, so I'm wondering because when we had the break, was it Christmas or New Year's, when they gave us a filler episode from the past, that was the one that they gave her where she was a little bit going through something mentally. So lately it seems like when they want to give us a foreshadowing of an upcoming storyline, they'll throw us something from the past to reconnect the storylines together or something.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, do I think this is gaslighting? I'm 80% thinking not. I honestly think that they're trying to take Ashley down a dark path.
Yeah. That's what it looks like, huh?
I mean, the only way to really clear this whole thing up is that if there was cameras, inside of the restaurant or the bistro, that they can actually go back to that date and just play it for her. It'll be indisputable at that point.
I'm sorry. I was going to say I agree with that.
I do too, and I was just going to add that I have recorded video of both. No.
You're so silly.
But here's my thing. Maybe not necessarily a dark path, but maybe like something from like a family history, given like Dina's condition. They just lost their mother due to dementia, right? She could have, she's also, given that she's had the mental issues before, she could also have had like maybe a genetic hereditary thing that's passed down from Dina that might be messing with her her memory. I honestly feel that I'm gonna kind of stick with Tucker. So I have not seen anything where he's made a phone call to Paris. He's gone out of his way to, make her life hell. If anything, he's been trying to be straightforward, clear cut, and also in his own way be a little bit supportive. He's ran after her how many times?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's the one that's been approaching him lately. It's not where he's been watching her and spying on her and tracking her down and sending her nasty messages. That's Jordan. Jordan is the one that was sending all this cryptic stuff and phone calls and making Nikki go crazy. You know what I mean? So Tucker has just been, sulking, taunting people. He was talking to Kyle this week. We got to talk about the whole thing with him and Audra. He hasn't really been focused on her. It's only when Ashley gets in his face about this whole situation is when you see the two of them together.
Exactly. And then Tucker, he's intentional whenever he wants to try to play around with someone. He's very clear about his actions. So if he wants to mess with someone, we've been able to see the steps in which he's done it and who he's talked to try to maneuver and get whatever he wants accomplished. We've never seen that towards Ashley.
Right. Here's the other thing. If in fact, just say they got footage and Tucker was 110% accurate, verified, whatever, that situation would clear up the relationship with him and Devon, because Devon's decision to sever ties with him was mostly because of that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think this is also a way for them not to pigeonhole Tucker, because, and I think that's probably why they, besides the whole glissade thing, they put Audra back in his corner, because right now he has nobody if Audra didn't come back over there. Right?
Nope.
Exactly. So in order to keep Tucker around, because we do like Trevor St. John is an excellent actor. He plays Tucker very well. You got to pull him out of that corner. And that whole thing that Ashley was telling everybody, because she told it to Mamie, she told it to Devon, she told it to, Ashley told it to everybody, so they're thinking that he's this horrible emotional abuser.
Yeah. And I'm gonna applaud Tucker for not going above and beyond to try to prove that he was right. He's allowing things to kind of play itself out. That's why I'm kind of more on his side with this. It would be a more interesting storyline if they did go the Ashley route. I'm not sure how to describe it. I don't want to say mental or anything like that, but it's if they go that direction, I think that'd be a really interesting storyline, and we might get an interesting triangle with that. And Audra will always be on his side of every mattress.
Bree. Oh my goodness, Bree, you are hilarious.
I mean, it's the truth. We've seen plenty of evidence of that for a whole year. Every hotel, every side, the headboard, the foot of the bed. She is always on everyone's side.
Yeah, I hope if it does eventually come out that Tucker was absolutely right, the first person that should get that information is Devon. Because honestly, I kind of want them to repair that relationship.
Me too.
I feel bad for little Dom because
Right.
he got used to his grandpa going to his little drum lessons and sessions and everything, and now he's not showing up, and the little kid's probably looking around going, hey, where's that old man that used to come love on me and watch me play and be happy to see me. It's always the kids that wind up suffering.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, sometimes if a person's really a horrible person, you have to do that, don't get me wrong. I didn't mean that, but.
Right. What did y'all...
Jasmine.
Oh, go ahead.
Jasmine, I'm sorry. Jasmine. Audra is a
Jasmine is hilarious.
Tempur-Pedic's it's kind of like flat. She might be one of those with those springs. Tempur-Pedic does not have spring, y'all.
You so funny.
I mean, after a year, she might be the Tempur-Pedic.
Oh my God! Listen, Melissa Spencer says Audra is giving Brooke a run for her role as the mattress queen.
Oh my God! In a very short time.
Yeah, I mean, Zalika Silver, she's playing, she's playing the Audra card really well.
She is that girl. I love Zalika, talented actress. I hope she's nominated for an Emmy this year. I love the fact that they're using her, and they're not making her, as this ditzy person. She's intelligent. She knows how to maneuver. She knows how to, get what she wants. And it's just refreshing and exciting to see. So I hope they continue to use her.
Let me ask.
Sorry.
No, I was going to ask the two of you. Would you consider her a femme fatale?
Yes, I would.
Yes.
And she is it's very hard to watch anyone else when Audra's on screen. It's like she's got this magnetism where when she's on screen, I'm just watching her. It's the wildest thing.
That's what she makes anytime, even though we saw her in love scenes with Kyle and of course with Tucker, she's the one that makes the scene.
She is.
Every single time.
I mean, could you imagine putting her with Thomas?
Ooh, I need that in a fantasy. What can we please get some crossover?
Right.
Please.
As much as Thomas like to bite and do all this kind of stuff, and she brings that same type of sultry energy.
Yeah, very
If you
raw.
put Audra and cross her over to Thomas Forrester, that would be one heck of a scene.
And Hope would actually make some real decisions.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. All right. So, now with Tucker, he also had a conversation with Kyle.
That was funny.
Yeah, they were throwing darts at each other. Because he was like, you don't know what it's like to be with family. And he was like, well, you were the one that came to us and you was going to throw your daddy under the bus.
Right. Yeah, it's really funny whenever you watch Kyle and Tucker, because Kyle thinks he is this magnetic, cosmopolitan, very experienced, you know, person like Tucker is. He's not. He is.
He's Nick. He's another Tim.
Yeah. And in Kyle's case, you know, he's been very coddled and very protected, and he doesn't actually. I don't think he understands the depths of depravity to which the likes of Tucker has gone. You know, it's not just an affair with a married woman like he had with that woman. Kyle has never done the things that Tucker has done. He couldn't even probably dream up half the stuff that Tucker has done.
Well,
you think he's diabolical?
The things that he did for his mom, he was perfectly fine with helping commit crimes for his mom, and on top of that, he was perfectly fine of walking the tightrope of helping Tucker get Jabot. So I think that he will do what serves him best. Will he go to the lengths of Tucker? Sorry. He's showing ways that he could try, but he would fail.
Try. The try is the key word. Yes, I think you're absolutely correct. He was trying, and he was failing miserably because everyone knew exactly what he was doing except Jack.
Which is hilarious,
isn't it?
I gotta mention a couple of comments. So Jay Money, hey Jay, is in the comment section, and in regards to Audra, she said y'all trying to destroy that woman's kitty. Good Lord. Whack us with Thomas. And then Monique Abrams saying that she could see handcuffs, blindfolds, whips, and chains with Audra and Thomas.
Exactly. We need that. We need to wake up in daytime.
Yeah. I mean, in daytime, if someone showed up with a fuzzy pair of handcuffs, I would die laughing. Somebody has, haven't they?
Listen, let me tell you, I think prior to COVID, they were doing all kind of crazy love scenes on the soaps. You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of things has happened in the past 4 years or so. People, you know, we still got stuff going on actually, but yeah, it's kind of watered down now. I mean, that's why I think the whole Thomas and Hope thing was huge for us in this past 8 months or so, because we really haven't had a lot since prior to 2019.
Maybe 2 good scenes with Steffi and Finn.
Right. Exactly. But anyway, I just had to mention those comments. But continue.
Spike's not fuzzy. J Money. It's okay, J Money. I'll get my cat o' nine tails out.
Lord. I'm telling you, I got a crazy crew over here, boy. I tell you. All right. Yeah, Kyle is like Nick, by the way. I heard somebody say that. It's like, ugh.
He is gone from job to job to job to job, all in a whole year. That's what I'm really trying to think. He went from Jabot to Newman, back to Jabot, partially at Chancellor, this here, Kinko's.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy. Okay, so we kind of touched on the whole thing with Ashley and Tracy and Paris. That girl took off, and I don't know. That was just weird to me. I mean, she just left. Tracy, like, I don't know where she is. Then we get this phony background because people were talking about it in the comment sections, like, Young and the Restless. Can y'all come up with a better background? Did y'all think that was really Paris?
No.
No.
But they tried. I'm surprised. I mean, it's a CBS set.
Mm-hmm.
They could have pulled from like anything, but okay. I mean, hey, it's only for like a day, which is fine.
Yeah, and I mean, she called there, calling him all kind of bastards and everything, and I'm like, my thing is, if you figure that you were in the right, why does it bother you so much? Is it because they're trying to be competitive with who's right or wrong?
I think she really truly feels like she had been, I don't want to say violated, but like just, she really feels that she was screamed at and terrified of this man. And now she's being told that she was wrong about those emotions. And I feel that she wanted to go and check that out. But she should also kind of realize there's a reason why you feel you should check that out. You don't even trust your own emotions.
Right.
So, and I'm glad Tracy went with her.
Mm-hmm.
That made me happy. Someone who was going to be at least fair and try to reason with her, get some rationality with her to some degree. But I'm really thinking this is leaning toward something genetic that may have happened that stemmed from Dina. But yeah, she doesn't trust herself. That's why she went to Paris. Mm-hmm. And Tucker knows that because he loves this woman, obviously. Well, we thought so. I mean, he loves who's going to give him time and attention. Let's be real.
Okay, so here's where I'm at with this. It looks, okay, you can mistake somebody maybe screaming a little bit too loud, or, some people say something to you and like, dang, that was offensive, because maybe they just didn't like to hear what they heard. But she said throwing chairs and breaking glasses. How do you mistake something like that, though?
I don't know, delusion.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
yeah.
He would have gotten thrown out if a man was breaking glasses and throwing chairs. They would have escorted Tucker out of there so fast and make his head spin. Especially in a whole different country. Some of them places don't tolerate that stuff.
Mm-hmm. And not to mention, they're both well-known, elite people in that world, and Ashley goes to Paris frequently, so I'm assuming they would know her face and who he is. So if that were to happen, somebody would have pointed it out. Several people would have pointed it out. The owner of the restaurant would have pointed it out.
Somebody in there would have had a cell phone recording it and putting it on.
Exactly.
Yep. Exactly.
Look at these two rich people and name them, and look how they're acting. And yeah, dang.
This is why I'm leaning more towards Tucker in this.
Yeah, something that huge. So everybody that would not just the attention of the wait staff, customers, people be talking. Like you say, these are public people, and they would be like, oh my God, Tucker McCall was losing it. He was tearing the place up and throwing chairs and breaking glasses. So, that's not something that'll just be overlooked and then you could walk out of a restaurant like nothing happened.
Right.
It would be in the news.
Exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, I don't know about this one. And going back to Audra, do you think she actually wants to be with him, or this is part of her plan to get Glissade?
She wants this man. I think it's both.
I think she's just using. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of both. I think she wants him, but I think she's so annoyed and irritated that she's going to go through with her plan.
Yeah, and she knows. Go ahead.
She's annoyed at the fact that Tucker has his attention towards a whole other woman, because she has been his right hand everything.
She's been his right hand, his left hand, his right arm, his left arm, his right.
Oh, Lord.
His right pocket.
But here's the thing. When they both came to town, she knew he was coming back for Ashley. She knew that already. So, I mean, for her to play like, oh my God, you can't get over Ashley. You knew this coming into town, that the reason he came back to Genoa City was to get Ashley and to get back in good graces with Devon. She knew that months ago.
But knowing it and watching it unfold when you have stake in the game is two different things.
That is true. Yeah. That's true. That's true, Trish. You are absolutely correct. Okay. Anything else on Tucker and Ashley?
Nope.
No. I'm just curious to see what happens next.
Yep.
Now, I kind of want to talk on Jack because, honestly, when he made that statement like today, I wish I could just jet off on a plane and go over and protect my sisters, but I got to deal with Nikki. No, you don't have to deal with Nikki.
That was
so stupid. This is what I said last time. This is why he needs to focus on his own family. That Nikki is a married woman. She needs to lean on to her husband or someone not married, not with other stuff going on. You just said that you should be there for your sister. You're choosing a whole other man's wife over your sister.
After you preach about family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that whole thing. I was like, did you just hear what you said? You picked this whole other woman who has a husband over your two sisters just running around Paris. And one of them is going through mental distress. But no, I got to deal with Nikki. No, you don't. You know, that whole thing is crazy to me. And here's my thing. I honestly think she chose Jack to do this because Jack is a simp.
You know what?
I mean, listen, Bree, come on now.
No. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just trying to see who's more of a simp, Liam or Jack at this point.
Oh, at this point, it's definitely Jack.
I mean,
at this point.
She knew that she could control this entire situation. She's actually the one controlling this whole sponsor situation. She's telling him what not to do, what not to say, where she wants to go, where she don't wants to go. She's showing up at any given time. She showed up at Jabot drunk, falling through the door.
And you know, the other thing too is that you know, you don't get to ask your sponsor to lie for you.
Exactly.
There's no lying. That's not how that works.
Exactly, Trish. And I mean, that's why she know that she can move how she want to with Jack, because Jack is just going to coddle her. He's been coddling her. This ain't helping.
He coddles all his women, though. That's how he gets.
Not Phyllis.
He's coddled Phil. Come on. He's coddled Phyllis.
I knew that.
He put a ring on it. He almost wanted to raise a child that wasn't his after she cheated on it.
Yep, that's true. He did.
I mean, and I think that's the reason why she don't want to have Victor be so much involved, because Victor's not going to let her run amok.
No, and he's going to hold her accountable.
Exactly. Whereas Jack is just going to tell her what she want to hear, because there was some moments of fluidity in her, clarity, I should say, in her mind, where she said, you know what, I shouldn't be doing. And he was like, no, you're fine. And I'm like, Jack, really?
Right. And Jasmine said, your sponsor should not be your drug-addicted ex-husband, and I totally agree with that. And then Mary said that Nikki's problem right now isn't the same as just taking a drink because of Jordan forcing the alcohol on her. She truly needs rehab. And
exactly.
She needs to be in a facility.
She needs professional help, not just somebody that she can just a friend to talk to. You know, I mean, the girl is freaked out by, first of all, they've been keeping secrets. So Jack and Nikki been keeping secrets from Victor. Victor kept the secret about the fire at the prison from her.
Yep.
And then she found out about it, and that's what caused her to start drinking again, and then she fell over into... Here's my thing about when she went over to Jabot. Everybody know who's Nikki Newman is. She was married to the man at one point. She wants this to be a secret, but you show up at the man's job drunk. Yeah. Okay.
This is exactly why he should have never got himself involved. If he wanted to be a real support system, he could have found her a sponsor who would give her all the time of day, follow her to work, wherever she's going to go. And and check in on her like on a weekly basis, not to the point where she's relying on you. She's showing up at your job, your place of business, and you're the CEO of that company. That's ridiculous.
And that was a stumble through the door, and she literally threw herself on
him. Exactly.
That was not normal.
Exactly. I even added the sound effect to it when she fell into his chest.
And another thing, what happens if he gets into a situation where she's behind a wheel drinking, and he's the CEO of that company, and also he has a wife? Like, if something were to happen, like, people, I understand there's being supportive, but you also have to kind of think of the things you put at risk. Is why you have to help certain people from afar. She's married. In that case, you help her from afar, redirect her to her husband, or redirect her to the right support system. It cannot be you, and this week proved why.
Yeah, right. And the thing is, she, like I said, she knew exactly what she chose the right person who she can tell what to do and what she ain't gonna do, and not hold her accountable, and tell her what she wants to hear, because her husband will definitely hold her accountable, and probably he got all the money in the world to put her in the rehab.
The best ones.
Exactly.
He could build a rehab facility right there on a ranch.
Yep. Exactly.
I mean, it's just crazy to me. And the other thing is, she fired Audra. Honestly, I'm surprised at Audra. Audra is usually a slickster, right? She didn't use this situation to her advantage at all. She kept it a secret. And she was like, I'm going to send you off to London. No, I don't want to go to London. Well, you're going to go to London, and you're going to get out of here. Yeah.
Yeah, she was like that meme that's like, bye!
Exactly.
I'm out.
So now, what do y'all think about Diane? She is being very, very accommodating.
I'm just waiting for something to... So I'm waiting for the flip. That's all I can say. I don't know when or why or what, but I just can't ever think that she is not going to wind up scheming.
Trish said that she is not going to give any compliments towards Diane Way.
Well, I mean, I love her. I love to hate on Diane.
Yeah, you and Jenna.
Just absolutely love it.
You and Jenna run that fan club.
I know. We have issues with Diane. I just don't like the fact that she could just stroll in town and literally almost forgiven overnight. I mean, she, other than catching some flack from the what did she call them? The three women were
the coven.
What was it?
The coven.
The coven, yeah. I mean, obviously the coven wasn't going to give her a break, but I mean, Jack, Kyle, now she's co-CEO. I mean, this is everything, y'all. This is everything literally that Phyllis said was going to happen happened. Not that I want Phyllis back with Jack, because I don't.
That might happen.
Oh.
I think that might happen, but I agree with you, Trish. And it irks me. It irks me so. It irks me so badly how this woman has had a better redemption, a better glow up, a better everything. Mm-hmm. And then we have people on other shows like Thomas who apologized for a year straight.
Got shoved off a cliff pushed in what was thought to be a vat of acid. I mean, seriously. Yeah.
I mean, I'm
It,
on the opposite end of it. I don't mind Diane coming in there because everybody in that town has done some trash. I mean, Victor
Oh, yeah.
got bodies,
yep.
Yeah, you are not lying.
you
You are
know,
not
and
lying.
so she, I mean, it's not
Even
like
Jack.
exactly, and it's not like she forced her way to the top. They just put her there. Yeah, I mean, because that's his wife now, and Kyle is his, her
Diane
son.
is not playing checkers, y'all. She is playing chess.
Now, I will give kudos to Jack for actually being open and honest about what's going on. The only other thing is though is that he's telling her to her face that the priority is Nikki. I don't know how I would feel about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this he kind of is setting Diane up to take over the company in some sort of way because he's getting involved with someone who is an alcoholic and can put him in a position where he would have to either step down or he himself would lose his position as CEO.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking some things very similar. It's like there is. It's gonna
because now, okay, now Trish, you got me back to where I should be thinking. So it's interesting that she's placed in a CEO position. Tucker now has Glissade. They are inching closer together.
For months and months. If this happens, mark our words on 2/2/24 that this is what we said was going to happen. So if it happens, everybody has to give us the thumbs up, man, because we called it.
So you thinking that Tucker and Diane are going to end up coming together on top on this thing?
They've been playing the long game.
The more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, it's really interesting how he put her in a CEO position because she could really maneuver a lot of things if she wanted to. And she won't really have to clear anything with Jack because he's a simp about who she hires and get in and out of the building. Plus, Tucker has Glissade, and it's I don't know.
Well, we don't know. Audra might take it from him.
With what money?
Well, remember.
She doesn't have any money.
Well, because Nate told her to infiltrate from within. Remember, because he was like, you're not going to be able to attack that company from the outside. You got to do it from inside, and the only way that she could get in is for Tucker to get in her. So
Oh, goodness gracious. but
Yeah.
But I mean, get into it, take over the company. How would she get a hold of that company? That's why I'm.
You know how? Because if he put her in one of those top roles where she have a lot of the decision making, this is where she can either utilize information, undermine some things. She would have to be in a top role to have access to just about everything.
And she could actually make a case to the board that as Jack goes deeper into this whole thing with Nikki, that his focus is off, and she could call for a vote and get Jack out of the CEO position and just be CEO and not co-CEO.
Oh, I thought we was talking about Tucker and Audra.
Oh, wow. I apologize.
No problem.
I completely thought we were talking about Diane now. I'm
okay,
sorry.
Bree, were you asking me about Tucker or about Jack?
I was asking about Tucker.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, how Audra can take over his company. That's what we were talking about, Drew.
Bree, Calvin is asking you to define simp.
Oh no, that's a whole nother conversation.
Well, simply put, Jack is the poster child. He is forever going to want to put his cape on and rescue any woman. His history with Phyllis proves that he loves a criminal. This is why he's with Diane now. And he is perfectly fine with committing crimes for those women. And last year is further proof of that. Early on last year is further proof of that. So that is in my view of a simp.
Yeah, there's so many. It's a few.
And there's plenty of other examples on the show. Nick is definitely one of them.
Mm-hmm. And actually, Thomas is simping right now too.
Yeah.
Why do you have to ask her again so soon? I'm like, writers have no other dialogue. Do you know how many other things they could have been talking about in that moment?
Girl, listen, this episode today was trash, but we'll get there. But yeah.
Sorry, I'm jumping the gun.
No, I understand.
It riled me up.
Listen, I understand because oh God, that was not the smart idea. Anyway, I got a lot to say. I know we got a lot to say about that one. But all right. So then, speaking on Jack, he's over at and I think we kind of talked about this earlier, that your sponsor is not supposed to lie to you. You lied to his face. Victor clearly don't want you over there. He actually called it out, saying that I know Nikki told you everything. And you over here. And he told me, oh no, I was at an AA meeting because I'm a past addict and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh God, he's just digging a hole for himself.
Yep.
For no reason. At all.
For no reason.
And she just standing back there watching the both of them. That's because you put this thing in motion and he enabled you. Yep. It's just a bad combination all the way around. And then she get that phone call, unknown number. That phone rung so many times. I'm like, would you just hit the red button? Hit decline, girl. Just hit decline.
She's scared now that Jordan's on the loose. And the thing is, I'm so irritated because Adam told them. Told them this was a possibility this could happen. You got Victoria and Nick like, oh my goodness, what are we gonna do now?
And you see that they didn't include Adam in that conversation again.
No, why would they? Why?
Yeah, because they don't want him to say I told you so. That's crazy.
It's okay, we'll say it. Adam told y'all so.
Exactly. He tried to warn you. What was it? There was, I think it was on the Beverly Hillbillies, and Jethro, or Jed, Jethro would say, if I done told you once, I told you 100 times.
Yeah, it's just like, oh Lord, child.
And what happened to the security watching the facility? So they had no eyes on this woman at all. There's no one. This man is a billionaire, and there's nobody like covering the perimeters. We've seen too much television to know how billionaires should operate.
Seriously, y'all. Seriously, the security systems for a billionaire on their property could literally tell them what was coming at them from acres and acres and acres away, and if it's a 4-legged or a 2-legged creature and how much it weighs.
But listen,
give us a break. We know.
But girl, this is the same security team that again allowed Cameron Christian to build a tunnel under Sharon's house on their property. I mean, he built a whole tunnel by himself. And I mean, he's not a spring chicken. So y'all had to hear that man chomping dirt or something. And nobody knew that? This is the same security team. Oh, okay.
And on top of that, who is going to protect the city, Genoa City now? There's no cop. Who's the cop? Who's the cop?
Girl, who knows? It's just, yeah, like Jasmine Williams said, Victor has a bubblegum security team.
Right.
She said that couldn't stop a cold. Because did you see Victor fussing at his security team on the phone? Was that today or yesterday? I need you to find out what's going on. What do I pay you for? I guess
that's a great question. What do you pay them for? Because it's not security at all.
It's not.
Jenna says there's no DA or no cop.
Uh-uh.
No DA, no cop. So it's a free for all. I see how Phyllis was able to get away with things.
Right. It's the purge.
Oh my goodness, that is crazy. Speaking of attorney, we gotta talk about Heather.
Ooh.
Heather's not messing around. She
Mm-mm.
wants her some Daniel.
Yeah,
She's
well,
getting.
Daniel wants some her too,
He does. Yes, he does.
and Lucy is happy about it.
Yes, she is.
Yeah,
It was so sweet. I was so happy she wanted her parents together. She heard that. That melted my heart. I love seeing that. I agree with Daniel. He should handle the situation with Lily.
Lily's a grown woman. Go have the conversation.
But like they were saying, that she was dealing with a lot with her daughter. I understand he wants to be respectful because all of this kind of happened all at once, and this would really kind of knock her out in a way, because she'll be dealing with the breakup and what happened, with her daughter, as far as the fire with her daughter, everything. But this is very, very sweet. I love the fact that Heather put on her, her law degree and was like, hey, I want to be with you. She was really showing her, her vulnerability, because I never really thought she was a vulnerable character on the show. She was always just very focused on, her job, and, we've never really get to see that side of her, and it was really refreshing to see that. And Val Bloom is a very beautiful girl and talented actress.
Yeah, she is. I like her. I'm a Daniel and Lily fan, and now I'm a Daniel and Heather fan. So I guess there it is.
Yeah, it's just so I haven't heard a peep out of Crystal Khalil. Did she have a baby? When did she have a baby? When she hasn't posted anything.
She's probably tired.
Yeah,
she's been Has anyone heard it?
Huh?
I was going to ask in the chat, has anyone heard that she had her baby by now? I would assume she had the baby by now.
I haven't heard a word.
Haven't heard a word. She went on maternity leave like back in November. So I would assume that maybe she was due in early December. It's now February. So, and I know there's 6 weeks or whatever the postpartum time is for maternity leave or whatever. But no pictures, no congrats, no nothing. I hope everything is okay, But we haven't seen anything.
Now, J Money. Okay, let me read the comment. J Money said, "I'm starting to think Bree really doesn't like Lily. She speaks so much glee when she talks about Daniel and Heather." I'm just it's case by case for me. I have no issues with Lily except for the fact that she took away Hillary.
Yeah,
but I have no issues with Lily. I'm just happy for the family is getting back together, and it seems like healthy. That they took time to kind of grow and work on themselves, and she's falling in love with the man that she fell in love with and raised a child with. And I'm just for families. That's all. Nothing against her, even though she took Hillary away from me.
I've always adored Lily. She's always been one of my favorites.
I just wish.
Again, I mean, Daniel and Heather were hot.
I mean, I still wish they just have not, ever since because she spent a lot of time with Kane, right?
Yeah.
After Kane left, they just really haven't been able to match her up with anybody long standing. They tried the Billy thing, that fizzled out when he went over to Chelsea. See what happened with Daniel. I honestly, myself, I didn't see the chemistry between these two. Maybe Nick, but they're moving Nick over to Sharon, it looks like. So she's just getting a bum deal on who they put with her as a love interest.
The guys that she's cheated with, I felt that she had great chemistry with, Tyler, and I forget who Kane's friend was that she slept with, and he walked in the hotel.
Oh wow, I forgot about that. Who was that guy?
He was gorgeous, whoever he was. But like she's had great chemistry with the men that she's cheated with.
Much more so than the
Interesting.
chemistry with Kane. I was never a fan of the character Kane.
Really?
No, I didn't like the twin story. I didn't like the death story. I didn't like the dying in her arms on the steps story. I just never cared for Kane. I don't know what it was about the character.
Was it just the fact that he lied about who he was?
Maybe so. Maybe that's what it was. But that was even an agreement with the person he pretended to be. So I can't even really hold that against him. I just can't put my finger on it. Just always seemed to be, I don't know, slick. Does that make sense? I don't know. I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
Well,
Now,
I gotta say, in regards to this situation with Lily, it's kind of similar to Nick. Do not try to get involved with unfinished business.
Yeah.
yeah.
And Lily was he had just came back. He was breaking up with Heather and all this kind of stuff. You gotta meet people when they're healed.
Yeah.
And so she was the one that kind of helped him get through it, gave him the whole Omega Sphere thing over at Chancellor Winters and blah, blah, blah. And then now that he's in a good space, Heather wants him back. And they back together. And now Lily is on the outside. When she comes back, she got to walk into this mess.
Yeah, that's what I don't like.
And then it's the same thing with Nicholas. Nicholas came right in between this whole thing with Adam and Sally. Even though they were broken up, they still had a lot of emotional unfinished business.
Exactly. And she carried his baby.
Yeah. And he still was trying to fight tooth and nail, and we already had.
He walked in on the smell right after it happened.
Exactly.
Come on.
Another definition of a simp. And there's no way. Yep. Oh my God. And I mean, you sleeping with this woman when the girl had your brother's baby in her. I mean, it's just, I don't know.
Several times.
Exactly. It just wasn't. I hated that part of the storyline. But and where did Sally ended up? Right back with Adam. Yeah. And the same thing. Where did Daniel ended up? Right back with Heather.
Yep. Now, Calvin P., you said Lily has had the most tragic life of any long-term character on Y&R. I feel, sorry, I lost my voice for a second. I feel like she's had some tragic moments. Has she had the most tragic out of any long-term character? I really can't say that, because I feel like there's a lot of characters. Nikki's definitely one of them. Phyllis is another. Sharon has had some from when we first initially were introduced to her to now, just everything. I feel each character has had something. I cannot say she's had the most tragic, but I respect that. But I can't really, me personally, I can't say she's had the most tragic.
Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting with Lily whenever she comes back. How is she going to handle this? Or, remember, Daniel is still in limbo because he don't want it out there to the world that him and Heather are back together because he hasn't told Lily. Could he possibly change his mind? But the problem is he already slept with the girl.
Yeah, and his daughter now knows. So what are you going to do about that?
Exactly. So, I don't know. Do you guys think that he should just... I know Bree said that he's, because Lily's going through some stuff, he shouldn't say anything. But, I mean, should he say something now?
I feel if he is worried about Lily's feelings, that he shouldn't be sleeping with Heather. I feel that he should kind of just put, his foot down with Heather and say, like, hey, I'm choosing you. I want to try to do this properly by both of you. I don't want to make you look like you're coming after me, and I don't want her to think that I'm just a-hole, even though I slept with you. I I think he should let Heather kind of just be for a second until Lily comes back, and do that respectfully, and then actually be together. But if he wants to be a douche, then I mean, no one really has to know. Heather knows where you live at. You already slept in the bed together. You guys broke the bed in already.
Right.
So I mean, you guys can keep it quiet behind the closed doors until Lily gets back. So it's up to him.
Well, and I mean, I don't even think Lily's been in that bed, right?
I don't think so. Nope.
All right.
Okay, so I want to address a comment by Phil Burton. He said Lily wasn't trying to come in between unfinished business. She was trying to help Daniel. It's not the same with what Nick and Sally did. What I'm saying is when you know somebody is going through a recent breakup, don't try to come into that whether you're purposely doing it or if it's unintentional until they finish their unfinished healing, any type of thing they need to have closure with that person that they just recently broke up from. Because usually once they fix it, it's a possibility they'll end up back together. So I know the situations, Lily wasn't trying to come in between them, but this man was broken when she found him because he was still grieving over his relationship. You need to let them heal from that before you try to get involved into a romantic relationship with that person. That's what I was saying. Just like we were saying, Nick intentionally did it, but it also blew up in his face because it ended up the same way.
And then she didn't admit to her feelings until the tail end. This is after she lost her child. This is after everything. This is after she even, actually a little bit before she even slept with Adam, before she even admitted that she even had feelings for Nick.
Mm-hmm.
They went through this whole thing. It was a whole situationship that he chose to be in, just to spite his brother, which didn't work because he got the girl in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's still complaining because he was like, oh yeah, I know Adam is going to screw it up. Oh, I know he's just... And then he told Victor this week that they need to just stay out of it. Well, you need to get your head on straight because every time you see Adam, you always looking crazy and giving him the side eye. So... I don't know. Nicholas is just something else.
Yeah.
All right. What else did we have this week? We have Victoria and Cole. Because she grabbed his hand. And he was looking like he had stars in his eyes. You think they're trying to put those two together?
Probably. It's going to be a yawn fest.
I mean, she needs a stable man. Because I honestly don't think that he would. He's not after her money. He's grounded. I mean, she needs a guy who can kind of be like a balance for her, and that's why I really missed her and Billy together. But that's a whole other thing. Because it was a weird but fun balance to see those two together.
Okay.
Just characters together. But I mean, I guess Victoria and Cole, hey. I was actually kind of more leaning towards Ashley and Cole. I wanted to see them try to rekindle that back together.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. And, especially what Ashley got going on. Ooh,
I mean,
Lord.
she might need a shoulder to lean on.
That's possible. And you know what? I think that would have been a good storyline if they kind of pulled her away from that Tucker, what happened in Paris situation, and had her move over to this situation with Cole. I could see that. What were you about to say, Trish?
I just do something with Elena, for crying out loud.
God, I haven't seen her.
What is happening? Where is she? Why is she just gone? There's just no explanation.
Yeah, we haven't seen her in a while.
It's been way too long. And I saw a video she posted where she's literally doing some handstand feat off the side of a counter. She's in total control. That woman she is unbelievable. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And she is not related to many people, so she could, be paired off with a lot of different guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They actually they could have put her with Chance. That actually could have been a cute look, especially since the last time we seen her, she was stitching them up.
Well, that's true.
So I don't know. She's a beautiful girl. I hate when they just we're introduced to these characters and then they just
We're invested. I mean, come
yeah,
on.
it's like what happened? Like where are they? Help us out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they try to, jam someone in really fast and they don't fit. And it's like, how long do we have to deal with this?
Mm-hmm. So let me see. We did have a little bit of Devon. Was that this week when Abby wanted to get on the board, or that was last week?
I think that was last week. Didn't we have the Chance in Summer?
We did. That was.
Oh, the cute little date that was so awkward.
Yeah, and we only got that one day of them. I was like hoping maybe they got a little relaxed and went upstairs to the hotel room, and no, we got nothing.
No, and I'll say that she looked gorgeous. The colors that she picks, they always look great on her. But the hair, the makeup, she looked gorgeous. He looked. The suits. They, oh,
Y'all,
my goodness.
when he comes on screen, I'm a Dow. I'm a dirty old woman. He is a beautiful young man.
Oh my goodness! I mean, they look good together.
Yes, and I agree with what you're saying. Like they could have went up to her room because she's another resident at GCAC.
Yeah, they just left us hanging. They had that date talking about awkward things, and and that was it. We didn't see them the rest of the week. Yep, and that was Monday, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was Monday's episode.
Yeah.
And we didn't see anything else from them because I was like, okay, well maybe this week we'll see them do something else, and nope, we got nothing.
Nada.
I thought maybe she would talk with Chelsea about the date or something. We didn't get any of that. I don't know.
They got so focused on this whole thing with Nikki being all over town and stuff. It's like, really?
No, there are 124 people in this room.
Yes, it
My
is.
goodness.
Make sure y'all like the chat. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. All right. Did we cover everything for Young and the Restless?
Gosh, I think.
I believe so. I'm really trying to think of. That's it.
That's it. It was a lot, though.
A lot of Nikki, yeah. It was a lot.
Most of it was this whole thing with Nikki and the situation with Ashley.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're preparing for Jordan to come back. So this will lead into next week or whatever. So, because we are officially in sweeps. I thought maybe they were going to have this, like, kick in the sweeps month with a bang. And it's like, okay. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Audra and Tucker slept together. Audra and Ashley's running around town. And, Nikki got a scam likely call that freak her out. And,
No, there is just somebody calling to talk to her about her car insurance.
Exactly. Oh my God, that was what I put in the caption on Instagram with her throwing all that stuff off her desk because she got mad that she got a scam likely call.
And she put her phone to the left to make sure that she wouldn't shove her phone off.
Right, but the thing is, she got sick of the phone ringing. It was driving her crazy, and I'm like, just decline.
Just say no.
Hit the red button. You got an iPhone. The big old red button is right there. Just push it, and it'll stop ringing.
It's not hard.
It's not hard.
Mm-mm.
I can't wait for Jordan. I miss her already on my screen. I want her to just keep. And I know this is for the storyline, but just to keep calling, I wanted to like just randomly leave like a G string or like some stripper heels in the test or something.
I have to add to what you are hilariously stating is when they played that music on that first phone call and she did not know exactly what that music was. What is it? I can't figure out.
Exactly.
I'm like, honey, everybody knows what that is, whether you dance to it or not. You know what that song is.
Trish, you know that song go back to the 30s and 40s, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And she talking about, I don't know what that is. I'm like, girl, if you don't stop.
I'm like, what were you dancing to then?
Girl, maybe she was dancing to Genuine or something. I don't know.
What year was it? Like 1978?
I'm just joking.
1980?
If it was the 80s, it was Madonna, it was Cyndi Lauper. She had different options.
She did. She even had the hairband rock if she wanted it.
All right. All right. Y'all ready for Bold?
Let's do it.
Okay. So let's talk about Bold. And let me do the summary. And then we will break it all down. Hold on 1 second. Where'd it go? Oh, right here. Okay. So, for the Bold and the Beautiful. Oh, housekeeping. Make sure you hit the like button. It's like 120 something, 115, 20 something people in this chat. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Trish and Bree. I did this for Jay earlier this week that I did on a live because he wanted to put out that he does streaming with his gaming. So did you guys want to mention anything?
Oh, that's so cool. I live a very boring life, so I don't have anything right now. But if I do, I'll let you know.
Okay. All right. What about you, Bree?
I am actually working on the podcast. I talked a little bit about it sometime last year. And I'm finally getting the last little bit together, so I'll get those details out very, very, very soon.
Okay.
And kind of just focusing on just human nature lead topics and just having genuine conversations with people. And I'll state it like that. But stay tuned.
Okay, cool. And with the platform here, we're on Instagram, TikTok, X, which used to be Twitter, Threads, and IG. So it's stuff being posted with CBS stuff, pictures, reels. I've been doing a lot of the romance editing videos on IG. So if you're over there following me, you probably have seen those. And then I want to also throw in, besides this, I also sell purses and stuff like that. So,
ooh,
purses, boots, shoes, designer, authentic stuff. Yes. So just want to put that out there. And if you want any information, just drop it in the chat or in the community thing, and I'll send you to the Poshmark account that I have. Okay. All right, y'all ready for Bold? Okay, so.
Yeah.
All right, so for the week of January 29th through February 2nd, Brooke is shocked that flabbergasted Hope didn't reject Thomas's proposal, which technically she did, but I guess she didn't. And worries that she's leading him on, and Luna thinks Poppy is lying. Luna's suspicious when Poppy freaks out about a paternity test, and Finn explains Poppy lived with his parents. Zende interrupts RJ and Luna, lashing out in jealousy as Thomas and Hope make out after agreeing to no more secrets. As Steffi worries Hope will leave Thomas in limbo, he promises to Hope again, he proposes to Hope again, and RJ and Luna get ready to do what they were going to do. And today's is Hope turns down Thomas' proposal again, and Zende complains to Thomas and Hope about RJ's love shack, while RJ and Luna do the deed. Alright, where y'all want to start?
I guess we can start with RJ and Luna.
Okay.
That was very short this week. I will say it's it was cute.
I thought so too. It was very sweet.
Like, he made her dinner, he got the candles, the flowers. He really wanted to make that special for that girl, so I gotta give him props for that. They need to learn to lock the door and not worry about answering the door. And the thing is, I love Zende. Absolutely. It was really kind of like, I feel for him. I feel for what he's been through and him trying to prove himself. And he has every right to, feel some type of way with how he's being handled within his family. But he could catch the hint. He could have dropped it off. It could have been a separate discussion. I don't want them to make Zende this spiteful character. I want him, if they're going to make him a bad boy, don't make him spiteful. Just make him, get even a different way. Mm-hmm. Get him a fashion line himself. He's a fashion designer.
I mean, I'm still trying to figure out, what is he getting even with RJ for? RJ has not done anything to Zende. RJ is literally just living his life, and they've turned Zende into this character that is, I understand the story of his background, and it's awesome that he was adopted. Actually, my husband is adopted. I fully support adoption, not in the same circumstances, of course. He had a great family. He had a great education. He went to a great college. He studied. He's worked on lines with his granddad before. It's not like he never worked with Eric before. They worked on the Hope for the Future line when Thomas wasn't there. So I'm trying to figure out, why is he so bitter and angry toward RJ? I understand if you're frustrated, but you're literally projecting meanness onto this guy who's just living his life and did what his granddad asked. And Luna, as far as Luna goes, come on, man. He knew exactly what he was doing with that dinner, and he knew exactly what he was doing staying around at that beach house when he knew he should have left. I don't like what they're doing to his character, because I am a Zende fan, and this is just really annoying to me. I hope he can work through it fast.
Okay.
That was a lot.
I know, but you both had good points. She feels for Zende. There's some folks that are Team Zende. I've seen it in the comment section. Mm-hmm. I've seen it on other parts of social media, and then I also have seen the opposite.
Yeah, so, in this case, I'm Team RJ and I'm Team Zende. Mm-hmm. Because I like both of these characters. I don't like that they're making him be this, in my opinion. There is a little bit of irrationality on hurling this onto RJ as if all of this is RJ's fault and that RJ owes him something.
Well, you know what? Before we get there, I think that was Wednesday. Earlier this week, we had this whole thing with Luna and her mama.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, and the situation of her not wanting to tell this girl who her biological father is, which prompted me to do a live. What's today? What's today's date, you guys? The second? Okay.
It's Groundhog's Day.
Oh, it sure is.
I think we're having spring early, right? I mean, sooner, right?
Yeah, it so seemed like, because it's been in the 50s up here, and that's rare for February. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm sorry, because I was checking something. But anyway, dang, I lost my train of thought. Oh, her mom. So, yeah, we had this whole situation. She don't want to tell her daughter who her dad is, and she was like, why you need to know that? We were fine the way we are. And she's saying, listen, I'm missing a piece of myself. I got questions. I want to know the other side of who I am, which led us into Finn coming in saying, hey, she used to stay with me and mom and dad, and they were working all the time, and I would be studying for school in my first year of college, and she would close my computer and we would have dance competitions. So that sparked a whole different conversation. Because the first person, once they ruled out Bill, because she said it's definitely not Bill, that leaves two other people. What do y'all think? And I know we talked about this live on Tuesday.
Oh, goodness gracious. Can I just say that Penelope just showed that she was a 304? How are you going to tell your daughter it doesn't matter? How are you going to? I've seen too much paternity court in Maury episodes of that same script of this kid wanting to know who their father is, and the mom saying, it doesn't matter. I'm the mama and the daddy. And she was fighting really hard to try to avoid that question. But as for Finn, I was very surprised, like, how much they aged them. Because it's very possible he could have a 20-year-old daughter.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what type of dance competitions were they doing? They were not. Was it the Running Man? Was the Macarena? What were you guys doing?
Maybe it was the Hustle. Oh, wait.
Girl.
Oh.
What? There's a dance called the Hustle?
I know. I was just laughing. You came out of nowhere.
That's me. I'm just popping up to cause trouble.
But see, and that was the weird thing about me, because she's like, "Oh, you gonna close your computer and we gonna start dancing." You dancing with a 19-year-old?
Well, and I mean, so if it is Finn, as far as my opinion of Poppy's going to go real low, because even though there is no biological connection, and if it's Jack, well, that just wouldn't surprise me.
I would be perfectly fine if it's either Finn or Jack. I'm hoping they cast Jack, because that would make more sense. They could leave my girl Lee alone online as to why she's mad all the time. This would be a reason for her to be mad. I can see, like, if Poppy was staying at their house, Lee is working long hours as a doctor. And then I guess Jack is a whole lawyer, even though he was a doctor. They had a whole storyline with him and Sheila.
He really was a doctor, right? We didn't dream that, did we?
No. They said about him and Sheila were hooking up in the janitor's closet or something like that at the hospital. But
wait a minute, are you talking about Jack?
Yeah.
Jack is supposed to be an attorney and Lee is the doctor.
Initially, when Jack came on the scene, he was a doctor.
Oh, back in originally. Okay, yeah, you're right, because I was wondering why they switched his profession all of a sudden last year.
Yeah, that was wild.
But I guess since he's a lawyer now, he could have got off at a really, decent time. Him and Poppy something could have happened, but the way they're making it seem, it looks like it's Finn.
Y'all are going to crack up. So there's a local business here in Houston. I think it's local. And he's a doctor lawyer.
No.
I swear the commercials are on TV. I kid you.
You say he's a doctor lawyer. Oh, my goodness. Lawyer.
And these are real professions.
Yes. You could probably Google it.
Oh, my goodness. Wow, a doctor lawyer. Okay.
That's a lot of education, y'all.
Oh, my goodness.
How did he have time to cheat?
Right? Right? He was a busy man.
Busy man.
Some people are posting saying that Finn doesn't remember because he was on something when he... Yeah. There's
to me, Trish and Bree, there's a reason why they keep showing Poppy popping that pill. It's gotta be. So did she have him try something and he don't remember? Remember he was shot. He was in a coma last 2022 for a very long time. Could he have lost that part of his memory? How are they going to write that for him not to remember the possibility that that they slept
But
together?
But I mean, he said even in the beginning of Poppy showing up that it had been so long and he never understood why they weren't in communication anymore. He remember that?
Yeah.
Touch?
Well, here's the thing. Bold has a way of scrambling
Yeah.
scripts.
Yeah, they do.
Just like Hope wasn't supposed to know about what happened on Mulholland Road, even though Liam told her 5 years ago.
Oh, that's true.
So
I was so happy you posted that because I was so irritated. I remember that. But here's my thing with that. So if they're making it seem as if he had taken something and he lost his memory, I find it really hard for that to believe because other parts of his body would need to function in order for them to create a child. So me personally, I'm leaning more to the side that he was shot. He, went through something completely traumatic, and maybe he lost bits and pieces of his memory. Maybe that's so far back in his mind that he, put it, so where he won't have to think about it anymore. That's more what I'm thinking. There's no way this intelligent doctor takes something and it messes with his memory, but all the other bodily parts of his body is working, and they create a child. I don't know.
Oh, there's some stuff out there that stuff will still work if you may not remember it.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's sad, but yeah, there is.
Wow. The more I learn. Okay. That's it's a SPI.
Yeah, and the other thing is that scene where when Finn was on the phone, she comes back in the doorway looking at him, and I'm like, what was that all about? So I mean, a lot of people is connecting the dots that there's something more to the eye when it comes between her and Finn.
Yeah, and it makes me wonder, could Lee know something? Is that why she hates her sister? Could she have known and was always just wanted to protect her son and was happy when Lee and Luna just were over in San Francisco?
Yeah, Jay said that boy was 18 years old, Bree. He wasn't a doctor yet.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I was talking about Jack as far as him being a doctor, but as
Jack,
far as,
okay.
Yeah, but
oh my God.
Finn was a very intelligent kid. Well, I mean,
I know a lot of really intelligent kids that did a lot of really stupid stuff.
It's just hard for me to believe that he took something, he popped something, and I don't know.
Did you see Shabritha's comment and J Money's comment?
Oh my goodness. Pill popping Saudi poppy.
Oh my gosh, y'all, there's 140 people in here. Hi, everybody.
Hey, y'all.
Oh my goodness.
And J Money. Did you see J Money's comment?
What do you say? Where?
At the bottom.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah. Who's not?
I really didn't think he had that much back there, but
there's not a lot of backs out there. You're right. There's not.
No, she was thinking about the things they used to do, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. All those little horizontal dance parties she used to do. Exactly. So I mean, her mom does not want. It's like heartbreaking for her to say who this girl's daddy is. So yeah. I don't know. To me, I mean, it could be Jack, but I don't know. I think it's gonna be Finn.
They should just go ahead and cast Jack. I'm hoping that they do, but if they don't, it would be very interesting for Finn's character to have a grown child. I need to see Steffi's reaction. I need to see Lee's reaction. Yeah. And Sheila's reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, Liam is going to have a field day with this one.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Could you imagine, you guys? I mean, hi, this is your cousin daddy. I mean, this is your uncle daddy. I mean, oh my gosh, who's your daddy?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it's happened in real life.
I mean, the crazy thing about that is that RJ is with Luna, which technically, if Luna is Finn's daughter, which makes her Steffi's stepdaughter, that's also dating her brother. Yeah.
That's a tight-knit group.
That's a tight-knit group.
That fabric's going to have some snags if you keep that going.
Which is also Sheila Carter's granddaughter. Which, I mean, she already got one on The Young and the Restless, which is Lucy. So.
And you know Sheila loves to try to get to know her grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be...
Wow.
This might actually happen.
Well, here's the other part, because that make Hayes and Luna siblings.
Man.
Possibly.
Huh?
I'm gonna say possibly.
I mean, I'm saying if this is actually where they're gonna go, Hayes and Luna are brother and sister.
Oh goodness gracious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
A huge age difference.
Ooh,
I saw something that they're saying that they could make Hayes Liam's again.
Oh no.
I saw something. There was quite a bit of stuff. I'm like,
oh no.
Like, that could also be. That's why I said that could be a possibility. Luna could be his only child.
Ooh, that's girl. That would blow up February sweeps if that's the case.
That would blow up the whole year.
Yeah, it would. Because, you know, the thing is, he's been this nice guy, squeaky clean, not a lot of drama in his life. You know, Steffi was the one that had all of the stuff going on. And now you slept with your mom's sister.
Your aunt?
Yeah. Your legal aunt. Not biological, but legal aunt.
Oof, goodness gracious.
And you related to all these other people that are intertwined within the Forrester family. So, and then include Sheila Carter.
The Forresters can't take anything. They sleep with step siblings. So.
They do.
I mean, you can't say much. I'm just saying.
Right. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's go to this other part of the storyline where Steffi and Finn finds out that Thomas proposed to Hope. Do you see the cracks forming in these two?
Yep.
Yeah, I was more distracted by her hair color, but I do.
It was jet black in the last scene, was it not?
Yeah, she wore her hair like that at the Emmys too.
It was Sharpie black. It was not. I don't know, it was just distracting. But yeah, we definitely see the cracks, and I was actually more. I was kind of hoping Ridge would kind of put his foot down more when it came to Finn, but Finn also kind of put his foot down a little bit. It was like, look, I understand both sides, but I still feel we need to protect Hope.
Yeah,
I was waiting for a reaction.
Did you see how she turned around and looked at him like, no, you didn't? I mean, she already told you to drop this. And then you turn around as Ridge and Steffi are saying about their brother, his son. You talking about, well, I'm worried about Hope. Man, if you don't get up out of this office.
Mm-hmm. He's all up in her business.
Ooh, I'm telling you. And I mean, Lee told him, Steffi and Hope have a very, very sordid history. Why are you trying to protect Hope when, you know, your wife is saying, listen, you need to stay out of that with her?
Hope is not his concern.
No.
Nope. Hope is covered from top to bottom.
Yep, pretty much. Side to side and front to back, as we say.
But I gotta give kudos to Ridge because he was like, I think this whole near death situation with Eric has his whole perspective because he like, look, people get hurt. That's what love is about. Just let them be happy. Leave them alone.
Yeah, I still can't believe he actually had the audacity to tell Thomas that over his dead body would he let them be together as long as he lives. Was it as long as I live?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about Finn?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Ridiculousness.
Yeah. Ooh, wow, that was crazy. But yeah, I like what Ridge had to say. Ridge is like, let them do them, and then Steph, oh, he'll get hurt. I'm like, shoot, Thomas a big boy.
He's a grown man.
According to the soap age, he's almost 40 years old. What you worried about him for?
Right?
He ain't 12. You know, and even, I mean, how many times you got hurt going back and forth with Liam and Hope? Come on now. And you went right back over there and got hurt 10 other times, so stop it. Okay, and then we gotta talk about this proposal.
Please. Oh my God, why?
I'm like, why did... And then they had I was so not happy. If you guys realize, I did one on Wednesday, but I didn't do an edit for yesterday's video because to me it was like, what is this? It just wasn't...
Laziness.
The scene wasn't that potent to me yesterday like it usually was. What do you guys think?
Oh, I agree with you, and I think it was because we knew exactly what he was about to do after they... I mean, I don't know. It was when it first started, it was like, okay, this is going to be a hot scene, and then it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And some people were saying that she didn't look like she was into it. She was very into it. I mean, she's the one who got up and put one leg on one side of his lap and the other leg on the other side of his lap and sat down. So she definitely led that. And was very happy. And said again, I've never felt anything like this. So, yes, she is into it. And some people are saying it's, sex and it's not love. And, it could be both.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Wednesday's episode, to me, like you say, when she got up, she straddled him, undressed herself, and that was hotter than Thursday's. Everybody was looking forward to Thursday. And Thursday just felt a little lackluster to me. And I'm like, and then the music that they used, because people were complaining about the music that they used during that scene. And I'm like, I agree. It just... I don't know. I don't know. Go ahead.
You know what it is for me? It's the fact that this man has apologized for a year and the fact that he is still begging. The begging is not sexy. And as gorgeous as he is and the way he is making this girl running behind couches and everything, it just it shouldn't fit this character. He's getting a lot of the bad boy criticisms and he's not making any actions like a bad boy. He goes to and from work, he takes care of his son, and he breaks that girl's back in. That's pretty much it. So I think for me, I'm just turned off with the fact that he keeps proposing to this girl, keeps pleading with this girl, and it kind of takes away that spice that I like to see with Dope. But it was pretty decent. I wasn't mad at it. And this girl had nothing but expressions. Every type of expression. I'm like, is this Cinemax? What are we watching?
Exactly. Hope was a happy camper.
I also gotta say, how come they get a couch and RJ and Luna get a bed with some pedals? It's like, come on now.
It's a used couch.
Right.
It's been around. That couch has been around. I hope that they use those slip covers that you can take off and launder.
She need to get out. I mean, does she even have a bed in that cabin?
There's supposedly a bedroom.
Where?
There's a bedroom
behind the fireplace on the other side of the kitchen.
They never use it. Every sex scene, even when she was with Liam, it was always on that couch.
Every couple that's been in there, it's either been on the couch or on the fur rug in front of the fireplace.
I mean, she's the face of hope for the future. Can't you get your own place? I mean, they gave, and I kind of want to sound like Zende here. RJ got a whole $1 million beach house. Um, Thomas got a house too. Can we take her over there?
Right. I would have loved to see more scenes on that set. Because it's a beautiful set. Like, why did you give him a whole house to only just do 3 scenes in?
Right.
I don't get that. But I was surprised that she even wanted to do it on that couch.
Right.
After, you know, she's not going to soil and clean from the last man, so it's like you guys are mixing fluid. I'm sorry. I mean,
don't use a black light. Don't do it. You don't want to know.
Yeah, I mean, oof, if the walls could talk. You know what I'm saying? It's like I found this because I'm hoping, I'm like, okay, where's this gonna make us a set with a bedroom or something? They were just right there on their couch, you know.
Well, get them out of the shack.
Right, she need to get out of that tiny cabin in the woods.
I agree. It's way too long. She's a whole grown woman, and that's what's really irritating about Hope and Liam. I'm like, you're a very wealthy man. You could have got her from off of her mama's property years ago.
Years.
Yep, I agree.
And he just just pocketing his money, Mr. Humanitarian. He's living on his daddy's couch now.
You're correct about that too. Now I see a bunch of people in the comments says stop begging. Yep. Yes, Thomas, please. That's why I said earlier he's simping right now. When you have no boundaries and no standards, and you just like, okay, whatever you want, please, and that person is not giving you any reciprocity. I mean, the sex is reciprocal, but that's it. They haven't even said I love you. He has. She has not.
She said that one time when she said, and I love you, and I love him for that, when she was telling Liam. Thomas, blah, 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 and I love him for that.
This man is talking about raising children together, he was saying today, and all of this stuff, and she's just looking at him like, I need more time.
She is looking so far away.
Just ridiculous. I'm kind of a little irritated with Hope. She used to be a very clear-headed person. I understand she's probably going through some emotional stuff with her divorce, but you're leading this man on. You're leading him on when you say that when you accept his ring and you're sleeping with him, and she's not being clear with herself as to what she wants with him. I think she likes how he makes her feel, but she's not clear with herself as to what she wants from him. I think he's just to kind of fill a void at this point. I think that's why she can't make a clear decision. But she just likes how he makes her feel. Because she wasn't getting that in her marriage, I guess.
And, I mean, I think obviously there's going to be conflicting feelings no matter what because of what they've been through together. And she has deep feelings for him, you can tell. But, who knows if that ring's ever going on her finger. And if it does go on her finger, is there ever going to actually be a wedding?
And that's what... Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say I got to give a shout out to one of the content creators on Instagram. She had a picture of 2 skeletons at the table, and one of them is Hope saying, I still need more time. I thought that was the funniest thing ever. You're going to be dead in bones before she make a decision.
And that's what's irritating about how they're writing Thomas's character. Why is he begging? Why has it been years since we've seen a different love interest for him outside of Sally? Why is it he's this gorgeous, wealthy man? and he's begging for this woman for years. This is what we're saying is simple. It's not sexy to see. It's this the love scenes. There's hot and sexy, yes, but afterwards he goes right back to the crying, the begging. I'm sorry. I'm a changed man. I'm this. I'm that. We know this. I hate the fact that they're writing this to the point where it's nauseating for me as a viewer. Like, leave this man alone. Let him have some happiness. If you want him to move forward with hope, let them move forward.
Let me ask you ladies this. What do you think is actually holding her back? Is it the breakup? Does she still have feelings for Liam? Is it the
No.
kids? Is it her mother? Does she care what the world thinks? What do you think this is? Or she just wants the sex?
I don't think it has anything to do with Liam, her mom, the kids at this point. I think she's just trying to figure out what place that he holds for her in her life. Um, because she's expressed that she could possibly desire having more children and possibly getting married in the future. She's not sure if that's going to be the man that's going to fill that role for her. I think that's why she's also kind of piqued a little interest in Finn too, a little bit. So that she's just maybe trying to keep her options open because we've seen her for 10 years chase after one man.
Oh, gosh. I just hate the long game with this because what we got back in July when they had that 4-day sex session, she was like, I know what I want. I have an awakening. Remember that whole conversation before Brooke burst in the room?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, I choose you. She said that.
Yeah, she did.
And then you turn around and reverse this whole thing where and then Brooke was in her ear, and then the baby girl's birthday party, and Liam looking all googly eyed, and they just, I don't know. And now she's on this whole long game of, I need more time, so. It's just, and he's begging and over explaining the same thing. It's just rinse, wash, and repeat. I'm a one woman man. I love only you. I want to be with you and you only. It's the same conversation. She's still like, I still need more time. So,
And he's too handsome, and he should not be doing this. Like, Thomas has always been the ladies' man. He couldn't keep women off of him. At least that's how they painted him in the past before. And it's like, now I'm like, come on. If anything, I would just love to see like someone give Hope a run for her money.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they had a great thing. I mean, it really, July was a pivotal month for the show. The ratings were through the roof. They, acquired a lot of fans that doesn't even watch the soaps. Dope was trending everywhere, all over Twitter and things like that. They had a good thing, and then they just, I don't, because now people are getting sick and tired of him. They make him sound creepy by saying, Hope, put that ring on your finger.
Yeah,
Put it on.
It's just desperate. This is why crossovers would be really important. Audra would have taken all the focus on her, put it right on her. She's like, Hope, if Hope needs some time to decide, let her have her time to decide. Let me step in her place. Give us some different type of energy on the show. He should not be chasing after this girl like this, and she's still indecisive months later, even though her genitals have made a decision back in June.
Exactly. She been dreaming and fantasizing about this man, like you say, Bree. All of the facial reactions during the scenes and stuff, and the scratching and the biting and the chewing and all this other kind of stuff, and she don't mind giving up the poom poom, but when it comes to making a decision about other stuff, it's like, I need more time.
I don't know. I need to decide. This is too much for me. Oh my God, this is too much. But I love the other part of you. Can we just work on that? I'm just irritated with this woman.
Maybe
You're a
that's what they're
grown woman.
trying to do. Maybe they want to irritate us so we can give up on these two. Cause
No,
what?
no, they try to do that, but
But
Bridge and Brooke are still
listen,
together.
listen, Bree, they did it with Adam and Sally. Everybody was crazy about them. And then that last end of December, that whack scene that they did, then throwing Nicholas in there and all of the infighting, people gave up on them after a while. They was like,
True.
forget it.
We did.
What'd you say?
I said we did. We gave up on
Yeah,
it.
but there were a lot of people on social media is like, it's Adam, Sally, whatever. Because people were excited when that December 5th of 2022, when everybody found out that they were going to have a sex scene together, people were excited. And when we watched it and it fell flat, when Sally decided like, there's no chemistry here, we was like, what the heck? What happened? And then you throw Nick in there, she get pregnant from that whole thing, and there's this infighting between the two brothers, and then she was being mean and playing games and going back and forth between the two. People got sick of her. And now they're trying to patch it back up together. And it's not, I saw Sally and Adam today and the little cute date that they had a week ago, and I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. That was just me. Why y'all quiet?
I mean, it's just every time I think that they bring on a story where it's focused on the little children, it's just, to me, it's just like filler. Because I mean, y'all know me. I like the fashion. I like the remote shoots. The family stuff is great. But give me the action, man. I don't need to see people sitting around a table chatting about a kid.
But
I would love to see something like hot and steamy with Adam and Sally, like them against the wall. I thought we would get a little bit more.
you remember the last scene, Bree, right?
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah, I mean, all we got was him laying her on the bed, and we didn't see anything else after that. That was it.
Yeah.
Yep. So, I don't know. I mean, are y'all trying to get us to, see him as him begging so much and her not making up her mind? Are y'all trying to irritate us with this or what? So
I don't know. It's too much, but I guess we'll see what happens February sweeps.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe she might change her mind in the next 2 weeks. But Xander's coming back. So
Why?
girl, I don't. That's the truth is out. Hope has told her everything. Unless there's some jaw dropping. Now, there's been rumors about could Emma possibly be alive and tell a whole different story. The story that we saw was the story that Liam told her and that Thomas told her. I mean, what else is there?
And it happens how many years ago?
Yep.
The girl is 7.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I don't know what Xander is going to do unless he's coming back as a way to break up Steffi and Finn, because he ain't talking to nobody but Finn.
And I find that very interesting. That makes me wonder, okay, Liam, you working behind the scenes. I see you. Because if Xander really wanted to cause an issue or cause trouble, he could have went right to Hope and told that same information. He knows exactly where Forrester Creations is, but at the same time, Lean already told Hope what had happened. She knew.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knew. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why they're bringing Xander back. I really don't know.
I'm with you.
Go ahead, Trish. What'd you say?
I'm with you on that. It's just I mean, I know what they hope to accomplish, and it's to me it's a dead end story.
Yeah, why bring this guy back? I mean, unless he's going to have something different than what Thomas told. Because my thing is, if he goes up to to hope and say, well, because they're assuming that Thomas hasn't told her the complete truth, right? But he has at this point. She knows everything now. Well,
Every single thing.
every single thing, and the fact again, writer's flaw. She not only knew once but twice. But bringing Xander back to do what? The only thing I can say is it'll cause a ripple effect in Steffi and Finn's relationship if he keeps pursuing protecting Hope because of what Xander is saying.
And I'm like, protect Hope for what?
What? I'm
You did, like, she knows everything now. She's still sleeping with him. It phased nothing for that girl. She's wide awake to everything, and she's still sleeping with Thomas. You guys cannot compete to whatever he is doing for that girl.
We all know what he's doing.
exactly. I don't understand. Protect her from what? He didn't see her completely bare, been all up inside her. I'll just say that. So, I mean, what? What can you do from this point on? Except mind your own business.
Exactly. It's done.
It's done. It's not like they have been thinking about dating each other and thinking about seeing each other. They've been sleeping together since July. Let it go.
You know who else needs to let it go? Brooke
Yeah.
needs to let it go. The face crack that she had this whole her expressions, her close-ups. I don't know why this woman is so mad at this man. How his man has been apologizing for years straight now. You still can't forgive him?
Exactly. Exactly. And the stuff that you done did. What if he say, I don't forgive you for pushing me off that cliff?
Well, and, I mean, does he even know that she withheld his paternity from Ridge?
Exactly.
Ooh.
I'm just saying, let me just throw it all out there. Flay it open.
Girl, I mean, hey, put it. I said that in one of my recaps. I'm like, Brooke, you did hide his paternity. So, and you mad about what happened with Beth when you did the same thing to him.
Which is ironic.
Which is ironic. Exactly. It's like, girl, if you don't go sit down somewhere and shut up.
Why don't the writers let somebody throw that in her face?
Girl, it's a lot that can be thrown.
In Brooke's face. This years.
Yep.
And this is why it's really funny to me that she's being tortured by this, because I'm pretty sure the people that she has tortured with her actions could enjoy seeing her suffer this way, because she's suffering at this point, because she knows her daughter is going to do what she wants to, and Thomas is slowly moving his way in, and and everything else.
Yeah, he's definitely in.
Yeah, he's definitely moving in and out of stuff. So listen, it's Friday night after 9 o'clock, and if it's on the East Coast, it's after 10. So this is after dark. So we grown over here.
Yep, sure.
Yeah, nobody under the age of 12 should be over here. 15, I don't know. Yeah, so yeah, I just want the begging to stop. I mean, this man is, they could do so much with this whole thing. Light a fire under this girl. That's what will happen when you watch these other movies, right? You will have a situation where somebody likes somebody and the person is taking their time, and then there's another third person that come into this, and then all of a sudden the person gets kind of, you know what I mean? Just like, remember Hope was looking kind of green-eyed when Petra was interested in Thomas? Remember that?
Yep.
Because she was like, oh, Thomas, if you ever want to go out sometime. And Hope was looking like,
I will say, the Lily fans, I would push for her to come on B&B, because I can kind of see her and Thomas together and kind of giving Hope a little run for her money, and not in a vicious way, but because Lily's a gorgeous girl and she loves fashion, they would have things in common, and she wouldn't have anything to do with what happened with Beth, so she couldn't really judge him. I just want to see someone to give Hope some sort of pushback so she can actually kind of, because right now Hope is comfortable. She knows this man's not going to go anywhere. So she can continue to dangle him for years to come and then say that she found somebody else. But Thomas needs another girl on the show. I hope the writers hear that. Give him an actual love interest who's genuinely interested in him, can express those feelings to him outside of the Hope.
Let me ask you a question. Just say Thomas is like, you know what, I can't keep doing this anymore. He starts to set a boundary and tell Hope, you know what, I've enjoyed what we've been doing, but until you decide and make a decision, I'm going to take a step back. She would probably look at him in a whole different light because right now she's in control. You know what I'm saying? Because he's pretty much doing, like a little lap dog, whatever you want, I'll jump,
He could do that because we saw early in the week where she was wearing a Little House in a Prairie clothes again, going 2 days without Thomas. And then as soon as she had that itch and he'd be scratched, she's climbing on top of him again in black and all black again. So he could use that in his favor because it's worked, obviously. Going without him has kind of worked for her. But I feel she's not going to make a decision because this man has said that he's a one-woman man. Bring another woman into the mix. Cross some girls over so we can get some mixture of some storylines. Lily would be great. Audra would tear up B&B. She would own all of Forrester, all of Spence. There's so many ways we could have used other characters on the show.
Yeah, they crossed Esther over. Crossover Audra.
Yes. Oh my goodness. She could be with Bill. She could be with Liam, Wyatt, Thomas, Rick, anybody.
What do you think, Trish?
I mean, I'm just thinking in my head right now, and you're absolutely right. I mean, I wish they would do a few more crossovers because they're constantly referring to different things. So why not?
I mean, they're opening up this just, hey, Audra's working on Glissade. Who's to say she can run out to L.A. for some meeting or something with, because what is Glissade? Skincare, right? I think.
Fashion, makeup,
perfume.
Go hand in hand.
Yeah, fashion and perfume go hand in hand. She strikes a deal with the Forresters. While she there, she run into Thomas. Thomas is like, oh, who is that? Audra's like, oh, who are you? Oh, I'm Thomas Forrester. I'm, designer for Hope for the Future. But what's going on? And, one thing, let's go to dinner. Let's talk about it. Do like Cole, Victoria did Cole, and rub her hand on there. And the next thing you know, who knows? Bada bing, bada boom,
That could have been hot. Or you bring Lily over. I mean, she's already in California.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just saying, it's perfect.
And I wouldn't mind having, if there was a little bit, even if they didn't kiss or something, but there's a close moment between, just say, Audra and Thomas, Hope walk right in the middle of it. That would burn her hide.
And then she would actually start making some decisions. Writers, please listen to us.
Right.
And then, Thomas would be like, you know what, I'll see you later on. And she'd be like, I'm looking forward to it. Hope would be like, see who later on and looking forward to what?
Exactly. And who let her in?
And she can't be mad because she hasn't agreed to any commitments.
Exactly.
Nope. God, that would be awesome.
Yeah, Lily or Audra would be perfect. Bring either one of them. Or Elena. Well, what would they use Elena for? Oh, her and Finn. Ooh.
Yeah, I could see her and Finn, 2 doctors.
Dang.
They would be hot. Ooh.
That's a thought. Elena and Finn, 2 doctors, they collab. And who would want, they up in Finn's office, all of a sudden Steffi come in and she see them just like she saw Hope and Liam up against the wall.
That would be hot. Oh my
Listen,
goodness.
we need the right for the show.
We do, and I don't know if I told y'all this or not, but honestly, going kind of back to the Zende and RJ thing, I wish that RJ would get so fed up with being called the golden child that he goes to Ridge and Steffi and wants to do his own line called the Golden Child, and it's all like surfwear and swimwear.
Oh Lord.
I think that would be so fun. And then he can say, "Oh yeah, Zende was my inspiration."
Oh
Oh,
wow.
Could you
wow.
imagine
That would be really petty of RJ, but I would love it.
the petty? I mean, could you imagine the scenes they could have? If we really want this to be a real rivalry, then let's have a rivalry.
I know. You know what annoys me? They have no competition. They had a fashion competition within the fashion house. There's no other fashion house that give them a run for their money. This is why I miss the Spectras or
I miss the
the
Spectre.
Maronis or like we had this other things to kind of balance the show out. Everything is strictly the Foresters, the Logans, the Spencers, and they all work in the same
The
company.
Logans, the Logans, the Logans, the Foresters, the Logans, the Logans, the Logans.
Yeah.
Oh, was that my out loud voice? I thought y'all were talking.
Girl, you silly. Oh man, yeah. I don't know. That would really. God, it's so easy because the movies do that. I've seen this in other movies. I've seen this in other shows where they light a fire under that one person because the other person is taking a step back and they're starting to be open to other people. This man is in his prime. He's gorgeous, right? There is no way that Thomas Forrester should be begging. No.
Nobody.
That's just like Chance begging.
For what?
Nate begging. No, they don't. Mm-mm. And you got Thomas begging?
And we seen what he can do in that bedroom. Obviously, why is he waiting for you to make a decision? And you still haven't cleared the ink on your divorce yet.
Nope. Girl, mm-mm.
See, we need crossovers. Writers, producers, whoever, please get Lily on this show because you can put Lily and Finn together. That would be a really cute look.
That's the same thing that Keisha used to say about Adam because last year Adam did a lot of begging.
Yep.
It's like, why do you have people like Thomas and Adam begging?
Begging, apologizing, saying that they changed every other episode, and then you guys are still ragging them like a doll. And it's like, they didn't do anything. They literally did nothing.
I would say the only man that deserved to be begging is Liam. That's it. And don't give him nothing.
And those women were fighting over him.
Exactly.
They made clear decisions for him, but not the man who says he's a one-woman man for you.
Girl. Oh Lord, I know that whole thing irritated us this week. That proposal should not have happened.
Nope. It needs to stop happening until
let her propose to you.
At this point. At this point, Thomas, please.
I mean, seriously, and then the way they, like I said, the way they had it. Take that ring off that necklace, put it on your finger. I'm like, now they want to make him sound creepy because there was some people that were saying in the comment section across social media that the way he was saying, he sounded like old Thomas.
I mean, maybe he was out of breath. I mean, they were, in a compromising position. He was exhausted. He put some time in. We know Thomas puts time in. So I don't want to give him that immediately.
Yeah, so, okay. I know we spent a lot of time on that. And then the last thing is this love scene with RJ. They are really trying to sell us these two. I was like,
I mean, come on, and it's not going to be like hot funk on your first time. It's going to be
Right.
sweet. And I thought they were sweet. And, I'm not like, into teen love scenes. I guess they're not really teens. They're in their 20s.
20s.
But still, she made it very clear that this would be her first experience. And so I think it was handled with dignity and class.
And that was really sweet to see. I love that.
It's just too much of them. They've been on
Yes.
straight for the last 3-4 weeks, and it's like every single day. And I'm like, can we get an RJ and Luna break?
Yeah, we need a break. Yeah,
we need a break. And I was not happy about Thomas and Hope getting a couch, and they got a bed. So,
and they got a whole beach house.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm sure that sofa's coming soon.
Trish, you funny. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not vested in this couple. I'm just,
Yeah, I get that too. I mean, I'm not really, I could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
I just think, I really want the pettiness to come to a head between RJ and Zende and either work it out or have a full-on fashion riot.
Now, I gotta say, though, RJ is cut.
Yes, that young man is.
I was okay.
From the neck down, you would never know that's a grown man right there. Hey, man, he's grown.
He's in great shape. He's very handsome.
Top physical condition.
Yeah.
His arms are so big. Did you see his arms?
Yeah.
When he put his arm up, and put Luna's hand back, girl, all his muscles and his traps and his biceps was popping. I'm like, that man got some serious muscles.
That's why all of his sleeves are so tight.
Mm-hmm.
Get that man some sleeves that are binding his arms.
Yep.
God, I'm so old, y'all. I'm sure that's the current fashion, or they wouldn't do it. But I just would be so uncomfortable. It's like, I can't stand the binding. I'm like, where's the stretchy fabric?
You're so funny. But a lot of guys that are built like that, sometimes they either wear the muscle shirts without the sleeves or the whatever, or they wear if it's a dress shirt, they like them kind of tight because it shows the curves in their arms and stuff like that. So, yeah. But yeah, that dude right there, Joshua Hoffman, is cut.
Yep. Good for Luna for her
right?
First. I mean, definitely wasn't mine.
You're silly. I'm trying to think. Is anybody else as muscular as he is on that show? I think he's the one. He's probably the biggest on there.
I feel he's muscular, and the other guys are more lean and
right.
Well, Thomas is kind of muscular, actually.
Yeah.
Bill is muscular.
Oh yeah, he is. Bill is muscular. That is true. All right. Did we cover everything?
We did.
We covered a lot.
We did.
I think they had Eric and Donna and everyone.
Oh, that's right.
There.
Yeah.
That was nice.
That was cute.
It was sweet, yeah.
Yeah, Eric is getting better day by day. So it was interesting. One of the things that he says finding love later in life is probably more fulfilling. And I'm like, I wonder what Stephanie would say if she heard that.
Because he wasn't thinking that in his dreams.
Exactly. When he was about to cross over to the other side.
I didn't see Donna.
No.
Mm-mm. Not even a thought.
Exactly. So, I mean, Donna absolutely loved hearing that, but you don't know the whole story.
Get a prenup.
She said get a prenup.
Oh, we know what happened last time.
Now, there's rumors that the Wednesday episode of next week, the 7th, that he might propose to Donna. Yeah.
Here we go.
I would be here for that wedding over Ridge and Brooke.
Oh, well, yeah. The lesser of two evils, I guess, right?
Yeah. I would root for Eric to have a companion. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I definitely don't want him to be alone.
Right. But, yeah. So, Yeah, it looks like that might go down that route. So we'll see. I'm wondering if they're going to make that the big thing for Valentine's Day in 2 weeks.
Oh.
Trish.
I mean, young love. It's so romantic. I mean, wait, what?
No, later in life, love. It's so
I hope
fulfilling.
that doesn't happen. Because I saw something about a double wedding.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
but well, who it better not be Brooke and
seriously.
Ridge and Eric and
Oh my
Donna.
God.
I
Girl.
saw that.
Oh, God.
I
Oh, no.
Y'all. I think that's like one of the first times we've all actually kind of moaned at the same time in despair.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
because they had hinted something. I guess there was an episode that was hinted where all four of them were sitting together. I can't remember what episode that
They're
was.
wearing white. Please
No,
don't wear white.
No, they were on. Eric had got back from the hospital. It was Ridge, Brooke, and Donna and Eric. They were sitting on the couch, and it's someone a comment saying that they already hinted that they are setting up the double wedding, and I'm like, oh gosh.
That is, I don't know. Who? Oh, God. Why?
Did somebody somewhere beg for this to happen online that we don't know about? Like, did they think that's what we want to see?
Wait a minute, but then Deacon and Sheila are engaged too.
Oh man.
Oh, that could be a possibility. They could have two separate weddings. I'm hoping for
3
that.
in 1, 30 fingers and 29 toes all lined up.
Girl, you silly. I mean, if I had to pick one of the three, give me She-Con. I'm okay with She-Con. I don't know. I mean, Bill and Donna, put them in second place. But Brooke and Ridge, y'all done did this like 17 times. Just, what we doing? What y'all doing? Are y'all gonna stay together this time, or you gonna kiss Bill again?
Yeah.
So, all right. I guess we did cover everything. Let's go ahead and do our final two segments. Our flip the script segment and who's going to take several seats. So for those that are new here, our flip the script segment is if there's a particular scene or storyline that you wish you could change from this week, from both shows, this is where we flip the script. And then who's taking some seats? Somebody got on your nerves, somebody was doing too much, just over the top. That's where you need to tell them, you need to go take several seats. So, for the Young and the Restless, what's your flip? You guys, either one, go first.
Go ahead, Bree.
I'll flip, and I'll actually have Diane not be understanding to Jack and tell him to stop the interaction with him and Nikki.
Okay.
And,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
I like that. And mine would actually be for Jack to tell Nikki that not only is he not going to lie for her, but he can't be her sponsor.
Yep, that's a good one. I would have had Ashley, when she went to Paris, ask if they had some footage, not just ask a random waiter. Say, hey, listen, I need some clarity on the situation. Do you have cameras in your bistro? And if they do, can you do me a favor and look back at whatever date I wanted to see, because I had an interaction here and I just need to make sure. I would have wanted them to go straight for the video.
Yeah. I have it if anybody needs it. I have it.
Oh, Lord, Trish. All right, what you got for bold?
For both, actually, is what I was thinking. I was hoping that they both would be so irritated with Brooke that they take their escapades to Brooke's house
Oh,
and get it
my
on the
God.
couch.
Really,
and then
Bree?
Liam, and then Liam's just peeking in the window. That's it.
Oh,
the
that's
creep
crazy.
outside.
Right. Oh, my God. Okay, so what you got, Trish?
So I think my flip for bold would probably be that RJ just called Zende on the bull today, on the bull this week, and just really let him know that this was not I'm not playing this. I'm not even engaging in this.
Mm-hmm.
put his foot down and just opened the door and said, "I'll see you tomorrow." I don't know why he let him stay there for so long.
Yeah, because he
That was
was
so rude.
purposely, yeah, he was purposely hanging around and asking questions and saying stuff. He knew what he was
Saying
doing.
very disrespectful things in someone else's house about them.
Right. My flip would have been, when she said, "I still need more time." Like I said before, Thomas said, "You know what? All right, I want you to think with a clear head. So, since you need more time, I'm going to back off. And until then, maybe we shouldn't be sleeping together. And by the way, I'll hold on to the ring myself. And if you decide that you want to, I might or might not still be available."
Oh, I wish he made logical sense like that.
Right.
I'm serious. That man, she could probably got way too many options. He's the son of a billionaire. He's the lead designer. Okay, he got a pass, but everybody in that company do. It's probably models and people in his DMs saying, "Hey, Thomas," and you
Because
said
they've peeped the energy.
exactly, and you sitting over here begging this girl. Okay.
Right.
All right, we got some flips in the comment section. So Myra says her flip is Nikki come clean to Victor. Aditya said Tucker stop obsessing over Ashley. I think it's the other way around. Red Knack said give Thomas a new love interest and let him move on from Hope forever. Mary says she already doing her take a seat. She want Jack and Tucker to take a seat. Ron, I don't think that's gonna happen. He said he wants Bold to get Sheila. I mean, get Deacon to get Sheila pregnant. No,
Oh, no, nay, nay, nay. No.
that girl is a grandma. Grandma. Grandma.
Yeah.
Um, Jasmine says Jack tell Victor about Nikki. Let's see any more. Oh, Myra. Bold flip is Thomas stop pleading. Aditya says Luna would tell Zende he's rivaling with RJ, and when he's done nothing to him. And okay, so that's all of the flips. Yeah. Oh, I want to mention something else. That conversation that was going back and forth between RJ and Zende, she jumped in it, and I'm sitting up there like, girl, you ain't been around long enough to be even having that type of conversation.
A couple months.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
like
It's family.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's kind of, excuse me, the situation where you would say, let me step outside so y'all can wrap this up.
right. But she inserted her 2 cents in. I'm looking like, girl, you don't know nothing about the Forrester dynamics.
Uh-uh.
You just got here. So, chill out. Okay, so who's taking seats for the Young and the Restless this week?
Kyle.
Kyle. Oh my goodness.
I forgot he was on this week.
And Nikki and Jack both. And
Okay.
Ashley's on the couch for sure.
What you got, Bree?
Nikki for sure, but yeah, Nikki for sure, and Audra's mattress.
You
Oh.
said Audra's mattress. Oh my.
Just to give it a break. It's been working very hard all year. Just like give it a PTO day or something. That's all. Just take a seat and
Lord.
breathe.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say Jack, and I'm gonna also say Heather and Daniel. They need to take separate seats because they need to talk to Lily. It's like y'all need to chill out. No more screwing until you talk to Lily. And I think that's what Daniel wants to do, but I don't know if Heather wants to do that. So
Oh, Heather does not want to do that.
no. All right, what y'all got for Bold?
Hope can take a seat. Take a seat. Go to therapy. Go sit down. Because if you're this indecisive, you need to speak with someone who's non-biased at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think she should take a seat as well. And quite frankly, I think whoever wrote the script for Thomas proposing again should take a seat as well.
That's a good one too.
Whoever wrote those lines just needs to just listen to the fans, because that is not what we want to keep happening.
No.
Other things can be discussed.
Exactly.
Other really good things. Let's make it happen.
I need Finn to take a seat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, you sitting over there while you in front of Ridge and Steffi talking about Hope over over Thomas. Dude, just take a step back and let them two have that conversation. And let me see, if I was to give another one, I gotta give one to Poppy, because she was really trying to tell that girl, you don't need to know that. Why do you need to know that?
For sure, Poppy.
You know, I'm like, that's not fair.
Uh-uh.
So yeah, she gets a seat on that one, and then trying to, look at Finn. It's like, what you up to?
I personally want to contact Maury just to do like a special episode edition so Luna can find out who her father is. Get all the men that Poppy was involved with.
Oh no!
Oh my God, girl, you crazy!
Like a wrestling match in this corner.
Penelope's lover #1.
Yeah,
that is hilarious.
She spews her name out, doesn't she?
Oh God, yes she do. She do that all the time, Brie. Penelope. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all of the seats. Let me see if we got some in the comment section. In the comment section. Oh God, do we have some? Whoa. Let me scroll all the way back up. Belinda. Oh, she had a flip. She said Jack would have made Nikki tell Victor the truth when Victor found out about them. Sabrita said Nikki and Audra need to take a seat. Dewan say Ashley. Myra says Ashley. Aditya says Ashley. Ron says Ashley. KH said Thomas can take a seat for being pathetic. Aditya says Zende needs to take a seat and leave RJ alone. Jasmine say Ashley is taking a couch in the therapist's office. Sandy says Brooke needs to take a seat and mind her own business. Oh yeah, because Brooke was over there busting veins in her head.
She was.
Ron says Thomas take a seat and go see a therapist. Melissa said Audra's gonna need a new mattress. She's wearing a hole in the middle of it. Wow. Redneck said, take a seat, Thomas, for begging. Myra said, my bold seat is Zende and Finn. Good Love says, B&B, everybody take a seat. Shabrita said, Brooke, Poppy, and Thope need to take a seat. Hope need to take a seat from J Money, right on Thomas's D. J Money. Finn need to take a back seat. You wasn't even around. Redneck Nax says Hope for being hopeless. Jasmine said Lucy need to sit down and stop parent trapping. Dewan said Poppy need to take a seat, and Jasmine said Brooke need to be handcuffed to a seat. And let's see. And then KH says, take a seat. The people who write the spoilers never match up. Okay, I'm going to stop right there because she is absolutely correct. There were quite a few spoilers that came out for this week to just pass, and they did not match up at all.
Nope.
And for people like myself and other content creators who try so hard to get these spoilers out, and then when we get them out, and it's like, this never happened. For example, the whole thing about Bill and Poppy was supposed to sleep together this week. That didn't happen. The whole situation about Sally having a big surprise for Adam, that didn't happen today. So I totally agree with KH on that one, because I'm like, where's all this stuff that they were saying supposed to happen? Plus, we're not even getting promos anymore.
Yeah, I used to look forward to that.
Me too.
Yeah, the promos, now we still get the Friday preview on The Young and the Restless, but that's it.
I remember when that first happened, and everybody in the chat rooms of everything were yelling, "Give us back our previews! Give us back our previews!"
Hey, Trish and Bree, do y'all remember they used to, on The Young and the Restless, they used to give us previews every day.
Every single day.
Yes.
The last 20 seconds was a preview for the next day.
Episode.
And it was always so fun to know what was coming, and then they stopped, and it was
right, and then they only started giving it to us on Friday, and we'll get the promos on Sunday. Then they cut the promos out, and now the spoilers are not matching. And then Soap Opera Digest used to be the one spot to get the whole, because they had the whole booklet full of spoilers and sweeps. That ended in November.
Yep.
So it's just like we're kind of sort of surfing in the dark. So I meant to bring that up. I forgot. But KH, thank you for reminding me of that, because, yeah, a lot of stuff did not match up this week. Redneck says Finn, who has nothing to do with Thomas's past. Jasmine says Steffi, need to take a seat with your husband. Tell him about them kisses. Yeah, exactly.
Them kisses will never come out.
Yeah, I know they need to. Why did you have Liam kiss that girl twice for what? Jasmine says Penelope has taken too many seats on surfboards. Oof, that's funny. Yeah, her and Audra. Tamika Thomas, please stop pleading. He need a new interest. And yep, that's all of them. Whoa, we got through it, you guys.
Yay!
There was a lot going on, man.
It was a lot going on, but I don't ever want to see what happened with Thomas again. And I know it's going to happen, but I just stop that man from begging, please.
And I mean, honestly, it's not just the humiliation of the character. It's the fact that how many times we have to hear this?
Right. It's rinse, wash, and repeat.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. I'm just preaching for it. Please get some crossovers. Lily would be perfect. She's already in California. Already.
Imagine that.
Amanda's supposed to be coming back, though.
Oh, I saw that teaser out there.
Yes, I can't wait. I miss Michelle Morgan.
Me too.
Yeah, so Michelle Morgan should be coming back, and so I don't know what that's about. Maybe some legal stuff, but I don't know who would be doing it unless it got something to do with Abby because of her transition with this board situation. I don't know.
I'm going to be helping Abby, especially if she slept with his own.
Exactly. So I don't know. But yeah, I think that is it. I'm gonna try to get the spoilers out for next week. Hopefully they match again. Or hopefully they match this time, I should say. So we won't have false hope.
Right.
For some stuff, All right, you guys. You got anything else, Trish Bree?
No, y'all have a great weekend.
Yes, you too. And the weather's looking better. We're going to be almost 60 one day next week. I'm looking forward to it because it hasn't been that warm since probably October. So.
Wow.
Yep. All right, you guys. Have a good one. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.